Okay, we're going to attempt to cut out the air chamber base this morning. I've got a couple programs set up, one for the splice ring that splices three elements of the air chamber together, and this is the base for the air chamber that goes against the main block. So that's where we're at. We've decided to use stuff that we've got in the shop. This is supposed to be mild steel. We're going to make it out of brass because that's what we got in the shop. That's 1/8 of an inch thick. So that's it. We're in the middle of this process, and I just went in to get the camera, so came back out. So I have to start up the program again. I hope it doesn't lose its mind. It does occasionally do that. So. We're running at 8 inches per minute. We're running a 3/16 end mill. And we're just taking a shallow depth of cut, I think 5,000. So actually this takes 40 minutes to cut out with the simulated run. And then we've got this reset up on this. So we'll come back to zero. We'll change end mills to a 16th inch end mill to cut the 4 mounting holes. So that's the plan. The base program is in 3 steps. The first step cuts out the center hole. The next step cuts out an offset for the water jacket. And the last step cuts out the square perimeter of the unit. So that's where we're at. We're just going to let it run. We're not going to talk here, and then we'll fast forward through the video because it's going to be a little bit time consuming. Next to it, on the same piece of brass, I've got a space set up to cut the splice ring. That'll be a ring that slices the 2 elements of the air chamber together. It also splices the water jacket around the air chamber. So that's what that's going to be. And we're going to be able to do all this with CNC. So I'll just be quiet now, and we'll just let this run. Okay, now we're going to set up, we're going to change end mills to a 1/16 inch mill, and we're going to cut the 4 holes in the corners for the bolts to go through. So shut the camera off for a second. Okay, we're set up. A couple seconds to change end mills, and we got 4 holes to drill. Shouldn't take long, less than 5 minutes I would guess. Okay, there we go. So we're going to reset up to cut the ring over here. So we got a ring to cut. You can't see. I got to zoom out here. So over here on this side, we got a ring to cut. A splice ring. We're going to be able to cut out the perimeter of that ring, and we're going to cut out one offset on one side. The other side, I'll put it on the lathe and cut the offset on the other side. That's my plan anyway. So I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, we're back to the 3/16 end mill. Change end mills again. We set up to cut the slice ring over there. So I got you zoomed out a little bit. So this is going to take about 30 minutes to cut, so we'll fast forward through most of it when we edit the video. And there we go. I'll just be quiet, let this run, and then we'll fast forward when we edit the video. Okay, we're on the home stretch, looks like, and just about done. So we got two little parts here. They're brass. I think it's 360 brass, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these off the sacrificial block, and we're going to deburr them a little bit, move over to the workmate, and see what we've got. So I'll bring you back. Okay. Yeah, I'm here at the workmate. It's a little bench I've got that's clear around here. Everything else is cluttered up. So just a quick review. So I haven't got these things completely deburred, but I cleaned them up a little bit, just in a few minutes. They're a little bit intricate. They're going to take a little while to get deburred. But we got 4 fits here that I would say are perfect. So we're in good shape. So let me zoom in on this table here, and I'll explain what these few parts are, and then we'll go from there. If I can zoom in on this table here, let's get around here. So if I can keep them in view here, probably should zoom in a little bit more, but then I'm afraid I'll lose track of where I'm at. So there we go. Well, you can see the parts that so some of these are previous parts. This is a store-bought part. It's a piece of copper tubing. What it is a straight coupler. It's actually too long. It'll be cut to length later, and 2 nipples will be soldered onto it for the input and output of the water jacket. This is the outside of the water jacket. So that's what that is. This part I made off camera. Fits so good in there, I can't get it off. But it's a small little piece of tubing that's the inner lining of the water jacket, okay? And this piece we just cut out in CNC is the base of the air chamber and water jacket. This is the base, and this piece has got a 1/16 of an inch offset in the end of it, and it fits right into that, well, fits right into that hole right there, like that. You can see it fits. So it fits perfectly, okay? And this cut here around the other diameter is where the water jacket fits into this. So the water jacket fits into this recess here. So you can see that. So that's what happens there. And there's not a lot of room. You know, there's a little bit of room here, if I can. A little hard to see because this thing's too long. See if I can. This thing fits so good in here, I'm going to have to get it deburred, and it goes in, but it's not. It doesn't go in all the way, so it's going to be a little hard to show you. But anyway, that's what happens there. That goes into that slot, and this is the air chamber itself. And this is the ring that we just made right here. And this ring, let me zoom in on a little bit. It's pretty rough looking right now, but this ring has got a offset in it, right? And you can see that, okay? And the inner diameter of this ring is the same as the air chamber itself. And this outer diameter is the inner diameter of the water jacket, okay? So basically, these parts all fit together like so. The inner sleeve and the air chamber, and then the water jacket fits over top of this eventually. So they're all perfect fits. Little deburring but we'll have it. So we got a few more parts built here for this project. Oh, I don't know where I'm at here on the camera, but anyway, that's where we're at. And so we'll get these cleaned up, some little deburring done on them, and they all get soldered together. I think that we can soft solder all this together, except for the nipples on the water jacket. They're asking those to be hard soldered. I may hard solder all of it. I don't know, we'll see. The soft solder might be easier. So anyway, with that, I'll call off on this video, and the next CNC project will be the flange for the cylinder that the piston fits into. So we're going to make a flange to mount that, and that'll be cut out on CNC. So anyway, that's where we're at. We got a few more little parts here, and of course you saw before that this is the displacer itself. Then it fits inside the air chamber here. It's a very lightweight. It's like it weighs like a feather, and so that's that. This fits on here like this, okay? And then I'm going to have to go on the lathe and mount this ring, and I'm going to have to make this duplicate offset on this side. So I'll have to do that on the lathe. I could put this back on the CNC and do it, but I'd have to you know, dial all this in, and it's not really worth it. I can do this in 5 minutes on the lathe, so no big deal. Well, that's where we're at on this video. I'll call off now. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.